Okay, this must be something new where this doggone camera is starting all by itself. I'm not even pushing the button for it to start, and it's starting on its own. Anyway, good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Good to see you all. I hope you guys are doing well, staying warm, staying cool, wherever you are in the world. I am currently in Colorado, or somewhere very, very close to it. I'm about an hour away from Denver. So, got a not a delivery, I have a load that I'm picking up in the morning at a customer, and then I've got about 1,000-mile trek back to Illinois to deliver this load. But I am at a truck stop, and I am currently doing my 34 reset. Got here early yesterday morning, and I've been here ever since, just doing a little housework around the truck, dusting and cleaning and trying to get everything set for the next week of travels. Yeah, you'd be surprised how dusty and how dirty these trucks get on a weekly basis. It's I don't even know where the dust comes from, because I just have no idea where it comes from. Some of it comes from these cleaning cloths. I see that as I clean. I see the dust particles coming off of it. But other than that, I just don't know where all the dust comes from. I guess from the outside air. When I let my windows down, it just creeps in here somehow, and it just takes over. Plus all of my floors looking a hot mess. I need to mop them, because going from state to state, you go through different weather conditions, of course. So in one place it might be sunny and warm and 80 degrees, and the next place it might be below 80. Just exaggerating, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I went through some snow, some ice, some sleet on the way up here, and oh my gosh, I got to test my skills as a professional driver in these conditions. Man, I mean, the roads got icy. Icy, slippery at some places, some points, and yeah, the truck started to veer and do this S thing. Yeah, thought I was gonna lose control of it for a minute, but I stayed calm, took my foot off the gas, and just let it go, and then, you know, just corrected it a little bit, not too fast or too quick. Just let it kind of bring itself back into place. But yeah, that could be really scary. Really scary if you're not paying attention. And even going at a slow speed, I think the speed limit on the expressway was like 75, 80. And I may have been doing 40 or 45 at the time that the truck started to slide. And I'm like, what the crap? What the crap is happening right now? I really thought I was about to go over into the ditch. There was a moment when I thought the truck was gonna jackknife, but yeah, God guided my hands and my feet in this situation, and brought it to a smooth ending. No catastrophes, and another good thing was it was early morning. It was like maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe 3. I don't know how long I had been on the road at that point. I left at 1. No, I left at 2. So it had to be between 2 and 3 2 and 3 or 3 and 4, one of those hours. But yeah, I had two situations like that while driving. Same day, same road. Driving up 80, and oh my gosh, it got slick and slippery, and the truck just started to veer off to the left, and I'm like, what the crap? But thank goodness, because it was so early in the morning, there weren't a lot of other vehicles on the road, and I was actually the lead vehicle. So there were some other trucks and some other vehicles behind me coming up on both sides, but yeah, she tried to go off the road on me. I'm like, no, not today. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. So like I said, thank God he was with me, and he guided my hands and my feet in this situation to bring it back under control twice. And yeah, and the roads had actually closed in some areas. It was so bad the snow plows hadn't come through, and so trucks were getting stuck. So they had closed down the westbound lane of 80. I was on the eastbound lane, heading east on 80, and so the west was closed, and the east and some areas probably should have been closed. But yeah, I had another driver. You guys remember Denise from the Wesley's Grill video? Yeah, I was talking to her as I was driving, and another driver. We had a little conference call going on, and she was off the road because she was under the assumption that the road was closed, and that, you know, she was kind of stranded where she was. And I'm like, no, I'm on the road right now. So she eventually got out there, but she was like, oh my God, I should have stayed at the truck stop. She was like, why did I come out here? Yeah, it was funny, but she made it. She made it through, and she got to her destination, her next stop. But yeah, it was very hairy out there. Very hairy moments out there. So again, guys, just making you aware of some of the obstacles that you may face as a semi-truck driver. Flatbed, tanker, dry bed, doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you are driving. Weather conditions out here can be iffy, and you have to stay calm. You have to keep your wits about you, and you have to do what you've been trained to do as a driver in order to avoid some of these situations out here on the road. But you can do it. You can do it. I mean, I encourage anybody and everybody who's thinking about getting into trucking. Trucking is still a good industry. Don't let the rumors or the naysayers convince you otherwise. Like I said, there is no perfect company out here. Every company has their things. So wherever you decide to go, whatever company you decide to work for, just know that it's not always going to be a perfect ride. You may have some challenges with the logistics, with the training programs or lack thereof, with the communication, getting used to the systems that they have set up, like with the tablets and all of the different programs that exist with that, the camera systems, the AI. I mean, there's a lot of things to consider if you're thinking about getting into trucking. But nothing that should dissuade you from entering the trucking industry. It is still good money to be made out here in trucking. Probably not like it used to be back in the day, when there weren't so many trucking companies out here and there weren't as many drivers. but you definitely can make good money in trucking. And there is still a lot of freedom in it also, even though it's a little challenging these days having as much freedom as maybe the drivers of your father's or grandfather's day had. And that could be viewed at from a good perspective or a bad perspective. I mean, some things are necessary. There are some reckless drivers out here. There are some careless people out here. There are some people who don't care about anybody or anything other than themselves. So they will leave dirt and trash and, garbage all around your facility. They will disrespect and not care about your machinery. So, I mean, some things are necessary. Some rules, some regulations, some restrictions are necessary. But then some others are just micromanaging. Just unnecessary stuff. But it's up to you how you face those challenges, how you decide to adapt or not adapt to different situations. There's lots of options as far as trucking. So if one place doesn't suit your needs or one particular style of trucking isn't a good fit for you, then there's lots of options. And even outside of trucking, and I keep saying this to people all the time, trucking is not the end all be all for me. This is not where my story will end. I don't intend to be in trucking for a long time. This is temporary for me. I do plan to pursue other things outside of trucking. When I finish with this company, when I decide to leave this company, I'm leaving trucking altogether, and I plan on doing some other things. But just having that CDL, just having the CDL opens up a world of other opportunities for you, both inside the trucking industry and outside the trucking industry. So you don't have to stay stuck driving semis. You don't have to stay stuck in the trucking industry. There are lots of other options for people who have their A-class. So I would encourage you to explore those options. Google them, research them, whatever you need to do to find the information on what you can do with your license, what you can do with the CDL license. There's a lot of options, guys. A lot of options. Like I say, in construction alone, there are so many options inside construction. You can drive a dump truck or any of the heavy machinery that they have out there. Your license qualifies you to be able to drive that vehicle. They will have to train you, of course, on how to operate it properly and safely, but yeah, you qualify to drive any one of those construction vehicles that you see at the construction sites, from the very small vehicles or even the little what do they call them, the lead cars that are trucks or whatever that follow the big trucks that are hauling the wide loads or the extra heavy loads. You, with your CDL, you can get one of those jobs. Now, I will say those jobs are very hard to get. You kind of have to know somebody in order to get one of those jobs. But if you're able to get one, they pay extremely well, and it's very relatively easy. You're just the car that goes ahead, or you're the car that trails behind to make sure that the truck that's carrying the heavy load or the wide load can get through. So you're clearing the path for them. You're letting them know the obstacles up ahead. Hey, you got a bridge coming up in about 200 feet or whatever. Yeah, so it is what it is. But there's a lot of options for those who have a CDL, and that was my main reason for wanting to get one. The fact that I wanted to learn how to drive larger vehicles. Now that I possess a larger vehicle, my bus, I wanted to make sure that nothing happened to her. I felt like I needed to have a little more skills under my belt in order to maintain her and not have anything happen to her, because she's going to be my home, and she's a luxury vehicle, so I didn't want anything to happen to her. But aside from that, just knowing all of the doors of opportunity that I would have just possessing a CDL, and then with all of my endorsements on top of that, that opens the door even more. So yeah, guys, anyway, I didn't want anything. I just came out here. I just came back from the bathroom, actually took my shower, and I was looking at the location that I'm at doing my 34 and looking at how beautiful it is. I've got the mountains in the background, and yeah, so I enjoy being out here. I love what I see on a daily basis as I'm traveling, and it might seem minor, just commonplace for some people, but I enjoy every aspect of this country. All of the landscape is just, it's precious and it's beautiful, and I enjoy it. I can never ever get tired of seeing the countryside. Even if I've seen it a million times, there's always something new to see. There's always something to appreciate about it. There's always some kind of beauty in it. So I can never get tired of it. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to talk your head off. Just thought I'd pop in real quick and chat with you guys for a little bit and share my scenery, my truck stop location with you. And yeah, just say hi. All right, guys, you be well, stay safe, be well, take care, and I'll see you again in my next video. All right, guys, bye-bye.